Hello. So, this is me being forced to practice patience. My son keeps having to get to his recruiter an hour and a half before I go to work. So, yesterday I was reading and was so tired after that because we all know reading, when your brain is absorbing information, you're just like, oh, I'm so tired now. I don't know if that happens to everybody, but we read to calm ourselves, not to hype ourselves up. Either way, today I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it a little differently. So I'm just sitting and watching the clouds and really excited because tomorrow is a new day and the universe is definitely smiling on me. I'll share that tomorrow. But what's happening, I saw who I thought was a friend really is not. And it sucks when you finally see people for who they are, because when good things happen to you, a lot of times they're like, that's not fair. Like, I need that too. Why you, not me? Dude, step off. Like, our lives are not the same. We have not walked the same path. We're different energies. We're different entities. And when you start noticing that, like, you have good news and people don't want to celebrate with you and they actually try to talk other people out of it, cut those people out of your life, because that's what you'd call a frenemy, right? And you don't need those. We don't need haters. Sorry, my hair is just being all wild today, because that's another thing. I always thought I had really frizzy hair and unhealthy hair, and I went and got it cut one time, and this woman goes, do you realize you have curly hair? And I said, no. And she said, yeah, you have curls, like, but they're not curls, and if they are, I don't know how to handle them because I've always had forged straight hair my entire life. Either way, I've had someone tell me about myself that I didn't know anything about, the hair. Maybe figure out how to do that. And like I said, now all of a sudden I can see very clearly about who is for me and who's around me to bring me down. And it sucks to realize you could actually have people that you thought cared, and they go out of their way to do things for you. Oh, I got your back. Oh, I'm watching out for you. And in reality, they just want to stay in your energy because they like your energy, for one. But two, they want to know what you've got going on. And a lot of times that's to trip you up. And that's why we keep being told, or I keep being told, move in silence. That's why I said I'll share tomorrow, not today. Because you wait till it happens, then you show up on the scene, right? Instead of, oh, this is what I got going on. Because then all of a sudden you got people that are spitting nasty words in your direction. You don't know it, but that energy affects the outcome of what you have going on. And I keep being told, move in silence, move in silence. And it's hard when we're excited. Like, my mom even said, you can't keep a secret. And I'm like, yeah, I can if I need to. And it's like surprises. Like, when I was younger, I bought her a hair straightener. And I couldn't wait to give it to her. I had to tell her about it. And she's like, you're always running the surprise. And I don't mean to. I get really excited. And I just like to see people happy. And it's like, oh, I got you this. Meet me later. And I've had to learn over the years, don't run the surprise. And I never understood why until I've gotten older, that when you speak up about what's going on, like I said, that's where people start spitting that juju on you, where jealousy rears its nasty little head. And that's what I saw happening yesterday. And I was like, this friend of mine knows the situation I'm in, and to try to talk the one helping me out of helping me made me go, I see you so clearly now. Like, my gut instinct said, this is who this person is. But my mind was like, no, don't be judgmental. No, don't do this or that. And I had to finally realize it's not being judgmental. It's being cautious. It's following that intuition And realizing now that my intuition is way stronger than I've given myself credit for, because I was even at work the other day and I said something to one of the security guards and he goes, "What?" And I repeated myself and he said, "So do you like read all men's minds or is it just mine?" And I was like, turn it on, scare him at this point. So of course I was like, "Oh no, I hear what y'all are thinking a lot of times." And he was like, "Oh no." It was fun to play around for a second. But in all honesty, energy doesn't lie. And the more that you get in tune with yourself and you get away from those haters, those frenemies, the more that you close yourself off to that negative, low vibing toxic energy, the more you will actually pull in that higher vibing that allows your intuition to open up. And that takes practice. I've said this several times, and that you will have times that you have to be by yourself, because the more intuitive you become, the more you get in touch with the, we'll call it the ethereal energies, the more you can feel and know with an innate sense here on this plane of what's really going on around you. And it's kind of, in the beginning, it was like, am I feeling this? And I questioned myself because I didn't want to judge people. But now it's become the sense that I'm like, it's not judging, it's protecting. I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting my energy, I'm protecting my family, I'm protecting my livelihood and my gifts. And we all have gifts. We all have to realize that we are worth fighting for. We are worth protecting. We're worth being loved. You're worth being loved if nobody's told you that. Because we live in a toxic world. You know, we live among toxic individuals that, "Oh, I've been hurt." Good for you. So has everyone else. Do you want a prize? Because the thing is, you still have the choice. Just because you've been hurt, you're going to go hurt people, or you're going to tell yourself, "I didn't like the way it made me feel, so I'm not going to do it to others." It's real simple. We have to learn to go back to that golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Because we can make this world a better place, or we can keep working in this dark energy that says, "I'm going to win." But when you function like that, when you say, "I'm going to win at all costs," there's a lot of things that you're cutting out of the picture, because now you're saying it's a competition. It doesn't need to be a competition. It needs to be a unity. Because we live in a time where if we do not begin to unite, we are going to be overthrown by our own rulers. Yes, I said rulers. We do have people that rule over our lives. They're the higher ups. You can break it down to political, governmental, bosses, corporations. Where's your freedom? Did you realize that you were buying it or selling it? Giving it away? You don't have to purchase freedom. You have to realize the fact that you are already free. Then you have to break away from the mindset that you need the useless items that are being given to you to minimize your thinking process, and to also desensitize you from your gifts. Because it's real simple. The more that you focus on the world around you, the more that you focus on the good time and the luxuries and the "I want" and gimme, 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 the less you know about yourself. Because it's funny, you don't want something until you see it, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I have to have that. That's the newest thing. That's the trend." Oh my God. Don't. Well, it's hard when you're so used to it. But it's the fact that we have to get more used to giving to ourselves. And not in the sense that we have to buy what we want. Because that happiness, that fulfillment that everyone is looking for, guess where it's at? It's inside of you. So is that love. Everything you could possibly want is within you. Everything that you don't realize you could even have, you haven't thought of it or created it. But it's because of a misalignment. It's because thriving in a lower toxic energy of competition is not going to fulfill your soul. And eventually, your soul's going to be like, "I give up. They win. Go ahead. I'll wait till the next lifetime. What's the point? You're here. It's now. Take it. Own it. It's your life. You can have whatever you want. You can. Like I said, I'll share my good news tomorrow. And it's all a matter of staying in that high vibe and knowing your value and knowing your worth, being loved, and saying, I love myself. Before anything else, I put myself first. And when you can put yourself first, the universe goes, you know what? You are first. Let me open this door. Let me open that door. Close those doors. Don't look back. Do not look back. Because if you look back, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. You will turn to stone. And it's almost like that heart of stone. That there's nothing worth having in life anymore. So why pick and choose when you can have it all? But it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you money, time, energy, all these things that you don't get back. Money you can go make again, but that's that time and energy that you aren't going to get back. You're going to have to work to build it back up. It's just like using a car. You fill up the tank, it doesn't magically refill. You have to go get the means to put more. What happens when the resources run out? What happens when that forward thinking is no longer there and it's like, oh, so now all this stuff is sitting around worthless. And I'm not trying to be a doomsdayer or say, oh my God, it's all coming to an end. It's just the matter that we can spend our lives bumping around like a bunch of bumper cars, or we can actually live with intention and thought and manifest the things that fulfill our soul. Because, of course, the reality is money is here. The reality is we do have to work for what we want. But the thing is, you can work smarter and not harder. But that comes with cutting out those people, those frenemies that really don't give two flying shits about you. You'll still see them around. It doesn't mean you have to entertain them the same way that you did. You don't have to be a jerk. Be cordial. But you don't have to invest in those people the way that you used to. And that's something I'm having to learn. Pull back. Pull back some more. When they come to you, if they don't approach you correctly, pull back more. And eventually, where did they go? Because your life has changed so much that they can't access you. You're worth it. I promise you. I believe in you. So, sending you love and light. Have a great day.